Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's been a little bit for me. It's been a pretty hectic. It's been a pretty hectic few months, actually. Lots of projects on the burners, lots of big projects on the burners. So it's been a while since I've actually been able to sit down and do some deep inner work for myself, some deep inner healing for myself, and I gave that to myself today for a few hours, which was blessed. Blessed. It was just so nice to sit and really just receive and go into meditation and do some healing work and do some manifestation work energy wise. And so, in doing that for myself this morning, I received the next sort of download. I received the download for the next offering, which I'm going to share with you guys in a few minutes. But it has to do with subpersonalities, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So, many people have not heard yet of this term subpersonality or soul aspects. They are the same. They're the same thing, pretty much. Soul aspects, subpersonalities, and I'm sure there's a few other names out there, but they are words to describe an internal conflict that we have within ourselves of aspects of ourself that are derailing or sabotaging our highest good, our highest goals, and the things that we're trying to accomplish in our lives. Now, they're not all necessarily doing that, and they're not doing that on purpose with the idea of derailing our goals. But they have their own agenda, they have their own ideas of what it is they're trying to do for us. So let's talk about subpersonalities and how they work and what they are so you have a better understanding. So I'll share with you about my own life a little bit as an example. And you've heard of the term, before I do that, you've heard of the term inner child. Most people have heard of that term. My inner child this, my inner child that, my inner child this. My inner child needs love. My inner child needs play. My inner child needs color. My inner child needs art. The inner child is a subpersonality. The inner child is it's a subpersonality, and it's also a stream of who we are. We've got our masculine presence, we have our feminine presence, and we have our divine child presence as well within us. These are spiritual presences. But so those are a little different than subpersonalities. But the inner child, oftentimes we're speaking about an unhealed part of our childhood, an unhealed part of our personality that's left over from child that needs more love, needs more attention, needs to be brought into the heart. And that is what all of these subpersonalities are. And when we go into these meditations and these journeys to meet these subpersonalities, very often they are young, very young in age. They are very childlike in age. And so very similar to the divine child. So briefly, I'll tell you a little bit about my subpersonality that I have known about for a really long time, but have yet actually to sit down and work with this piece. And which is what this whole offering is about, is because I'm looking to actually take some concentrated time to do some healing work on these subpersonalities myself. And as I do that, I'm offering this opportunity up for you guys as well. So let me share what this is. So I have a higher self goal of maintaining a healthy body and maintaining a good quality of life into my elder years. So a vision that I have for myself is to be able to climb mountains when I'm 80 years old, like going to Sedona and climbing up onto the vortexes and the rocks when I'm 80 to meditate up there, and not being limited by being overweight or having health issues or not having the strength in my body to actually make these trips. So that is a goal and something that I consistently work towards. So I have a pretty regular exercise routine, and I eat pretty healthy most of the time. However, I also have a very active subpersonality, and I think I have an idea that there is actually more than one subpersonality that likes to do other things than be healthy, right? So I have one subpersonality that I've known about forever and have yet to work with, and that is a subpersonality that is a bit of a sugar addict and would, if I let them run wild and crazy, we would be eating cake for breakfast every day. We would be eating one of those big giant 400-calorie cookies for our 3 p.m. coffee break, right? So every day that would be like the dream for this subpersonality, is to have like cake for breakfast and cookies for afternoon tea, and then probably a dessert at night if we weren't sugared up enough. So I have to really wrestle with this part of myself. And sometimes, and oftentimes, actually, it wins, right? So oftentimes I'm snacking on things that um, are not in alignment for these health and wealth and fitness goals. So I'm currently in a program of trying to lose the weight that I put back on because my sugar addict was pretty active the last few months. So I'm in the process of trying to take off that weight and keeping the kibosh on that aspect of myself. That's where I'm at right now today. And in this process of doing this, wrestling, I have the understanding, like, you've never actually taken this piece of the self, this subpersonality, through the healing journey. You've never brought it into your heart. You've never brought it through the completion process. You've never had a conversation with it to see what it actually does want, except for sugar. So why not explore this and bring healing to this and bring completion to this and bring resolution to this? And as this idea is coming forward into my consciousness, I'm also becoming aware of other subpersonalities that I'm wrestling with at the same time, that also have um in it's not like they have deliberate intentions to derail me. That is not the case. But their actions and their desires are opposing what I am trying to accomplish, that is in alignment with my highest good. Okay? So we all have these parts of ourselves in any category of our life. If we're looking at any category of our life, whether it be fitness and health, physical health, or whether it be relationships, or whether it be making money and building a career, every aspect of our lives has these little subpersonalities that are unhealed parts of ourself, that throw wrenches into our forward movement. Yeah, we get side railed. Is that a word? We get derailed, blindsided. We get blindsided, derailed, off the path of where we're trying to go. And then it takes a few steps. We got to step back, step back. That's the what is it called? 2 steps, 1 step forward, 2 step back thing. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because that subpersonality comes in and is like, whoa, hold on, you're trying to make changes here, and I am not okay with that. That's pretty much the general response of the subpersonality. Is like, whoa, hey, hold on. I like it the way that it is. It's comfortable. It's safe. I know the dangers in this environment. You are trying to make change, and that is scary. I don't like it. And so I'm going to start to throw up some roadblocks here. So any area of our life, we've got these subpersonalities that have resistance to moving forward. or we can move forward a little bit, but then once we start to cross over that comfort zone, that subpersonality will start to act up and derail, sabotage. And oftentimes, we are not aware of this sort of switch in the driver's wheel of our vehicle. And I actually use that metaphor quite a lot. Who is driving your vehicle? Who is driving your vehicle? Your vehicle is your body, your vehicle is your life, right? So you're looking out through this window of your eyes. And sometimes it's our higher self that is guiding this vehicle, that's driving us this vehicle. And sometimes it is an unhealed part of ourself that has taken over the wheel and is now driving this vehicle. And in my case, I'm like in my pantry, or not even in my pantry. In my case, I will grab a bucket of we went to Sam's Club. We went to Sam's Club a couple months ago, and we got these little pretzel rings, right? But they're in a big, one of those big plastic jugs, right? So we had them in the TV room. And if I'm not driving my wheel, if that subpersonality comes in, she'll go grab those pretzels with the excuse of like, oh, we'll just have a couple. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting here at my desk with the bucket beside me, shoving handfuls of pretzels in my mouth, right? And that's because I'm not driving my vehicle. My higher self, I went unconscious, and the subpersonality was like, digging the salt, I'm digging the pretzel, I like the crunch, I like the chew, keep doing, keep eating, keep eating, keep eating, right? And so then I gained, like 8 to 10 pounds over the last few months because I've got this bucket of pretzels that I'm just grazing on all day. And so that's an example of the subpersonalities. And that's how they work. Now, how do we heal them? How we heal our subpersonalities is we begin to create a conversation with them. Before we do that, we need to create a sacred space. We need to connect with our higher self, open up the angelic wings, start to cultivate unconditional love in our being, and then open up a conversation with them. And this is best done with a journal. We start to ask the subpersonality to step forward, and we begin to ask it questions. What is the positive thing that it thinks it's doing for us? Why does it feel the need to ceaselessly shove food in the mouth? Why do you do that? Why, what is it trying to achieve by eating? What is the desired result that it's trying to get through the constant munching? What is it afraid of? What does it believe about itself? What does it believe about reality? How does it feel unsafe, right? And so we ask these questions to the subpersonality, and then we do the automatic writing of the answer. We listen, we tune in, we're already in a meditative state, and we write down the answer of what it wants to share with us. And then the final part of this is a healing journey of love. And we use the ascended master energies. We invite the ascended masters in. We invite the angels in to begin to infuse this part of ourself, this part of our soul, with greater quantities of love, frequencies of safety. Whatever it is that this subpersonality needs, we invite our teams of light to assist us in bringing this subpersonality out of the pain that it's in from whatever past experience created this split, this fracture. And then we bring it back into our heart through an ascension process. And so that's sort of like in the nutshell how to do it. And we are going to begin a subpersonality healing journey for weight loss, or fitness or health, food health, for our own bodies. And we're going to start that on, I forgot the date, which I have the calendar open. I believe we're going to start it on July 25th. We're going to run it from July 25th through to July 29th. So July 25th through the July 29th, we're going to run this 5-day subpersonality healing challenge for weight loss. Subpersonality healing for weight loss challenge. I'll work it out. I'll work out the title. But anyways, that's going to be the theme. We're super excited to offer it. We're super excited to get going and start to do the work of this and start to create those transformations in ourselves. And we look forward to sharing that with you and hearing all about your own success stories through this journey. So we hope that you'll join us. Check out the link in the comments, and we will see you soon.